My student has received their acceptance and denial letters. I have asked the student to come back in to their app tracker and to please update their app tracker status. My student updated here. She did that by just clicking on the pencil and choosing what the result was. Then we went through and we selected majors. Well, we made the note regarding majors. I use this column for not only what the student chose from the website, but also what the student chose from the Common App, because often the two major lists can be different, and that will impact our strategy choices regarding other students, future students. So that's the kind of information that I would like to collect there. I then, of course, have the chosen deadline because that is a part of the strategy. And I will want to know how other students' results were impacted by the deadline that we chose with similar profiles, and I will be able to reflect on that. And then, of course, I put in the award amount. What I really enjoy about these is that I can also put in text notes because sometimes the award comes with particular stipulations, and I will want to remember those as well. And then, of course, there's application notes. So if my student had a learning disability or a physical disability and it required further registration, or perhaps there was other nuances, an athlete, a talent about my student's application that I would want to notate. You'll see that for this particular school, I notated that the student was a legacy. I haven't chosen enrolled yet because, of course, she has not made any choices. Because the app tracker is now done, we have submitted all of our applications, I deleted all of the unnecessary columns on the app tracker. It's done. I had no need to save it anymore. I have also exported copies of the app tracker as snapshots throughout the entire process, so I feel no need to have those columns here as a distraction. I have made a custom status column by going to my college data menu, custom status column. I added a column, and then you'll see that my choice notes landed here, and I just turned it on for this app tracker. Close. And then I kept notes. What I did was, while my student and I were moving through each one of their choices, my student was sharing their screen, and that was what was appearing on my laptop monitor. However, I also have an external monitor where I had my counselor portal open, and as we were discussing, I was using the pencil and I was putting in the notes. If I needed more space, I just made my square bigger. Often our conversations would drift off into sidebars, things that were peripheral and important, but not worthy of note taking. So when that would happen, I would just hit the plus and I would allow that conversation to continue. You'll see that as I went through my meeting, I indicated what her choices were, 1, 2, 3, in our notes, but also I am able to change the number here. So if this were 1, then it would resort for me. 2, and it drops back into place. Now that I have done that, I went ahead and I generated assignments from the app tracker. This is most helpful to me because throughout the college readiness process, my students' call to action has been through assignments, and those assignments were then emailed to both she and her parent so that they were both able to work down a list of call to actions, but then also have the app tracker as a way to see a status from a broader picture. So I generated an application, generated an assignment. You'll see that on my app tracker just now that all of my assignment generators are now green, which means that I have linked an assignment to this status already. Down here, it is still blue, so to generate a call to action assignment, I am going to click the clipboard, and of course I come directly to the author box in the assignments tab, and I can update my notes and hit create. When I do, I am now on the app tracker, and I have kept my assignments in click, drag order. If I turn this off, my assignments I could group by due date. However, I prefer to keep this on, and I drag my assignments into the place where I feel like they fit best. This particular one, as you saw previously on the last screen, we have not gotten a response yet, so I'm just going to drop this all the way to the bottom. I am going to decide that this is for the student. This is also for the parent, and I've chosen the start date as of today as to when this assignment should show. For this particular student, I have included the 4 financial fit, the financial appeal assignments. I purchased those from the CounselMore toolbox, where I found that up here in my settings. I hadn't purchased them yet, so I grabbed them today by coming down here to my toolbox. I came to my financial assignments, I clicked more info, I purchased them. They immediately uploaded into my routine assignments so that I was able to grab my necessary financial appeal assignments and give those to the student right away. So I've also included those in her list of assignments. Now that I have updated the app tracker, I have generated assignments for each one of the schools where now we're moving into the time when the student has been accepted. However, they have not chosen where they will enroll, but I still need my student to engage in their applicant portals. So as the school knows that there's still an interest, they're still demonstrating their interest, because we will be filing financial appeals, and it will be important for the school to see that she has been active in those applicant portals, and that this is a student who is sincere about getting things done. I noticed that I did not change my title here, so I would like to update this real quickly. For any of you who are worried that I don't have the student's permission, yes, I have the student's full permission. She is very supportive of CounselMore and how she has used the app tracker. You'll find her testimonial video on the website if you would like to know more. But in an effort to educate, she was very happy to share her information and to move more students forward. That is always the goal, isn't it? So I will click print so that my print preview dialog will open. Now that is something that's coming directly from my laptop. It's not CounselMore based. It's not within the app, but I do a print preview just because I'd like to just see how it's all going to look in the final email before I send that out. And then I will click email, and I will email that to both the student and the parent at this particular time. You'll notice that I have put when it is that each one of these assignments should be visible, and it happens to be March 12th, so I've chosen that date. If I wanted to check to see how is it that these assignments are going to be visible, or what will they look like in the student's portal, I can click here, and then I will see the assignments. I now have the option of moving them around. So if I want the student to see this one first, and this one, and so on, I can move them any way I like. I can also look to see what I am turning on in the parent's view. My student is in her portal right now and moving assignments around. I'm getting text messages, so you might see some things move while we are doing this video. Her parent is not, so these assignments are as I've placed them. And I can use this view bar as a way to see into the parent portal, and I can use this view bar as a way to see into the student's portal, which I find extremely helpful. I click here, and then I see exactly what the parent is seeing. It just gives me a level of confidence without having to log out and log back into something. All right, I'm going to go go back to my administrative screen, and I am going to click email to both, and that email will then send. I'm now going to go to my messages tab, and I will see that I have just sent these two to both the student and the parent. I'm going to click here. You'll see that my logo appears. It's coming from my business address. And then we have each one of the calls to action. Now, I could have included a link in each one of these. You'll see the word link. I could have included a link, and I did contemplate, I entertained the idea of going and getting the link to each applicant portal and putting it with the assignment. This is a highly capable student. She knows exactly where her applicant portal is, so I didn't feel the need to do that. But you'll see that she has all of her assignments. So now she can work through these one at a time, and then in her portal, she can click a done. I'm going to go back to the assignment so I can show you that student portal view again. I'm going to that student portal view. So my student can now add this to her calendar, but more importantly, when she's complete, she will click done. I'm going to receive a notification bell here. I'm also going to receive a bell on the assignments tab, and this will also be on my assignments report on my dashboard. So however it is that I wish to sit down and begin my day in working with my students, I have several ways where my assignments are stacked. I know my own call to actions. If I needed to generate assignments for the counselor only, I could do that as well. I hope this video has been helpful to you in understanding how we can use the app tracker to generate assignments, which will then keep the student within your process, understanding that what it is they need to do is motivated by their assignments email. Additionally, when I send the assignments email, my students receive a simultaneous text message letting them know that I have sent them an email. What that text message says specifically is up to me or you, but the fact that my student knows that they have received an email, I have always found very helpful. And all of my students, I have never had a problem having them adopt the portal. All of them have been very supportive of the portal. I do things in the beginning of our relationship, like I see my students by webcam. And when I am meeting with my students, I always have them share their screen, log into their student portal, and they are showing me what they're doing in their portal. However, on my external monitor, that is where I have my counselor portal open and where I am keeping my notes. I think that doing that has helped me be more supportive to my student because I can see where they're struggling in the UI. Also, I always send UI feedback back to CounselMore. I have always found them very open to whatever feedback I need to give to them. The student's perspective is very important to them, so I've always found them keep that as a priority. Please write to support@counselmore.com if you have any other questions. I hope this video was helpful to you in your process. All the best.